Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Okay, so today what's happening is we're going to do a multi-track recording project and do it quickly just to have something to work with and experiment. It's relatively easy to set up. I'm using a Stratocaster, sort of a Frankenstein Strat. It's got the blackout pickups. It's electronically, it's dying. You can see it. Yeah. You hear that? So it needs electronics. It still works. It's okay. All right. So what's going to happen is I'm going to use a Mixolydian mode, and I'm going to attempt to work in a Dorian mode in the key of D. And essentially what that is it's G Mixolydian and D Mixolydian. Okay, so you can look at it either way. That's how I look at it. And I can go into depth with it at some point, but right now I just want to see how fast I can put together a track. I'm going to grab that one's pretty good. I'll just, yeah, I'm going to go with that. So this is the beat. It's a loop. And what I usually do is I'm using FL Studio and I'm using Amplitude. But in FL Studio, what they have is they have everything's kind of broken down into tracks, and in here they have this thing called the E transient function, and you can normalize this. And what it allows you to do is it allows you to sort of mold the tempo. You can just time stretch it without losing the tone, essentially. So right now it's too fast. So I'm going to slow it down to about 108, and it's going to stretch it, and it's going to slow it down. It's pretty good. Good enough. And then what I do is I extend it out and give myself time to experiment with various loops over that loop. Bring this down. So there it is. Okay? And that can be the underlying loop. And then what I do is I have this thing called Edison in here. And I'm going to record various variations of loops. Okay, so here's what I do is I start it off, and then I will start the recording after. Okay, so now you can take this out, and you can take this loop, this series of loops, and just to get it, clean it up a little bit, leave it about somewhere around there is good. That's good. Okay. And this can be closed. And what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to use the Fender amp. Okay, that's a Mixolydian mode arrangement. And I'm going to hopefully be able to record this to this drum beat. And okay, so we'll should be able to use that. Should be able to. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this. I'm going to move this up into this area. I'm going to remove that because I have a couple of extra mics going, and I'm picking up extra sounds. That's all that is. Okay, so now I got that, and I want to add another guitar. So I'm going to move over to a Fender Super Champ. Okay, that's what that is. And maybe put some echo. I'm going to do like a Dorian. So that was Mixolydian. In my mind, that's what that was. And that's how I see it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a D, the key of D Dorian mode against that. So it's sort of like putting minor and major together. So we'll see what happens. Right? Okay, so now stop that. And it says everything. This is the pre-roll. So that was something. I don't know what it meant. Something about Dorian and Mixolydian I wanted to try. Let's see. Now this can go away. Now this time I'm not going to lose this track. I want to see where it landed. I think it's this one. Okay, so what's going to happen here is this. You can see there's audio issues with this particular track, right? And what you can do is you can find that. It's not this one, it's this one. This is what it looks like, okay? So I can do the same thing. I could do transient, and I can normalize it. And it should give me the ability to fix it. I'm going to put it on, I'm going to put it over here on 11. See how that's 11, that's 11. We should be able to see it go. So you can kind of see it there. This I'm going to close. I'm going to come back to that. The other guitar track is right about, it's in here. Oh, there it is. So you can see it's much more dynamic in its audio. That's it right there. So what I'm going to do with that is, again, let's open that up. I'm going to move the track, this track, I'm going to move, you can see I'm going to move it to 9 or 8. Where is it? 8, I believe. No, it's, okay, that's that one, that's that one. So I'm moving this to 10. I want it on the track 10. Okay. So what's going to happen is you're going to get, okay. I can turn it off. That's what I'm doing here. Okay, so that's this. And then the 11 anymore. There it is. There it is. All right, so here is the other guitar track. And I have it on 11, right? And what I'm going to do is just cut to the chase with this thing. And I'm going to put on a compressor because it needs one. So I'm going to quiet these two down. And I'm going to play this. It turns it down like this. Interesting. I don't know why it's doing that. But you can get it to do this. Because it needed it. But I don't know why you're not seeing the way it's paused. There we go. There it is. All right. So that's fine. That works, and it's that one. And this is this one, right? So a few minor adjustments. We're going to put the drums and back on and the other guitar. And I'm just going to get the volume. That's panned all the way to the right. That's panned all the way to the left. Now this is the other guitar. Pan the other guitar. I pan the other guitar to the right. So the clean wah-wah sound is panned to the left, and the overdrive guitar is to the right. And the volume levels. Okay, so that's that one. I'm going to just leave it like that for now. And then last but not least, I'm going to bring up Trillion. I'm going to put it in the bass player. Right here. Okay, so this is Trillion. And I'm going to play. I'm going to play like a D, I think D Dorian. That kind of works. That kind of works for me right there. And so what we're going to do is sort of see what we can see here. Good. And I'm going to record that like so. And boom, there's the pre-roll. So from there, you could probably just run with that and just leave that as a general basis to build something on. And it's all improvised, and you have each element. You have 2 guitars, 2 different amplifiers, you have a bass, and you have a drum, okay? The bass is here. Let's see, I want to kind of keep these things all together. You know, it's kind of difficult when you have other mics running. And you start to pick up like duplications, and I'm not really sure exactly. I know this is the first guitar and the second guitar. And then this kind of got pretty well recorded, and I think it's just a duplication of this. And this is definitely a duplication of that. And I think you could get rid of that and get rid of that, and you would still have the whole thing. And that's really my goal, is to simplify it. So there you have it. So you can see a little better. I'm going to move Trillion to its own track. So what you do is you go up here, and I'm going to put it on 8. Put it on 8, and close Trillion, and then just sort of mix it down a little bit. Here's the Trillion right there. There's your Trillion, right? Like there's the bass track. Like sometimes you see, you can solo it that way. But that's it. That's the Trillion track. Then I'm going to bring in the drums. Drums pan to the right. That's the drums pan to the left. Okay, so I like the drums pan to the left, the bass to the right, but not too far. So I just kind of keep them a little bit tighter. And then I'm going to add the guitars. Okay, so that's the rhythm guitar. Then the lead guitar. Okay, so the lead guitar there. So that's pretty much it. Okay, so this is the rhythm thing, and I'm looking for the lead guitar. Aha, here it is. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take this and put it in there, because somehow it got canceled out. I don't know exactly what happened here with this. But that is the one right there. That's the one I wanted right here. So we're going back in. And we're going to use this one, these drums, and we're going to use this bass. And I'm going to pan the lead guitar to the right. All right, so let's try that. Okay, so I can edit this a little bit. Okay, so that's it. Now I'm just going to mix it down, and maybe I'll somehow edit this video. But that's basically it. I know that took a little bit longer. It's probably going to end up being 15-20 minute video, which is still too long. But it's just me messing around with this guitar. Before I change the electronics, it actually doesn't, I mean, it sounds good for what I use it for, but you know, it's hard to say. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let you go now. Thank you very much. And if you want, you can subscribe, comment, like, dislike, or just like. And have a great night. Take it easy. Good night. Bye. Oh, yeah.
Oh